This is John for Global Traveler Magazine. Today I have the pleasure of being on the beat with Eve Moran, Greektown SSA number 16, Commissioner and Arts Committee Chair. How are you?
Hi, great, great,
Um,
excited.
I'm excited too because I love these sculptures in Greektown. But first, let me ask you a little bit about the organization. What exactly is it, and what do you do?
Okay, the Greektown SSA number 16 is a city agency that supports the development of a business district. And so, as you know, we have a lot of great restaurants in Greektown and a lot of other interesting venues. And one of the things that I do as a commissioner is I chair the Greektown Arts Committee. And we started in 2017, where we started a new art project every year. It starts as a way to herald the summer months and then continues through the year.
I know in the past you've had fish, you've had the sun. How is
Right.
how is the theme determined?
Um, I don't know. I just get inspired by something, and this year we went with the butterfly. There's always a link to Greece or Greek culture or Greek mythology, and the butterfly seems to fit in with all of that. Aristotle gave the butterfly the name Psyche, which is the Greek word for soul, and so I thought, wow, the dance of Psyche. Butterflies uplift the soul in Chicago's Greektown. And this one is especially different because most butterflies sculptures that I see are just the open butterfly. But I think I wanted to do something different. So I created the one on a slant that's kind of resting, because really that's how you see a butterfly. You don't see them with their,
That's true.
wings spread out. This was more of a natural look for the butterfly, I thought.
You use local artists, I think.
Yes, local artists. We also engage through the Greektown Educational Foundation, which is headquartered in Greektown, with 11 Greek language schools in the Chicago area. And this year, through some strange coincidences, we also have two high schools: Argo Community High School, which is out in Summit, and Holy Trinity High School in Chicago. And how that grew out. This year, I created a program for International Women's Day at the Cliff Dwellers, which is an arts club that I belong to, that celebrated Mamie Till Mobley, Emmett Till's mother. Okay. And it just so happened that in March, they were getting ready to finish off a monument honoring Mamie Till Mobley at Argo Community High School. Why? Because she is a graduate of that high school. Um, and I heard the artist, the artist who created the sculpture, speak, and she mentioned butterflies being in her design. And I thought, oh, wow, I'm picking up these vibes of butterflies everywhere I go. And I thought it was important that that school be represented here in Greektown. And there was another school, Holy Trinity. The students there were the same event, and I thought I want to invite them too. So butterflies are everywhere, I guess.
Well, and I believe you have 22 sculptures,
26,
26,
26
even better.
all total. And of course, we have professional artists and we have emerging artists. There's 13 of those. And we try and get a diverse group of artists. We have obviously Greek American artists, and we also have African American artists and Asian artists. I mean, we try and do a whole mix.
And
And fits. It fits because there's butterflies all over the world except Antarctica. So and so for your audience, for global travelers, I mean, they've got to be crazy about something like this. But it's also in another way a signal that we need to protect our environment wherever we are. I mean, here in Chicago, I noticed that the Field Museum and other places are doing a push for the monarchs. I've been growing milkweed for a decade or so, just because we want to nurture the monarchs. So it's all good things, it's deeper. It's art, but art has great depth to it.
No, I think it's fantastic. I stumbled across it. I cover a lot of events at Wintrust Arena, and I would usually drive through Greektown or eat there afterwards because there's so many great restaurants there.
Right.
And I saw them, and one of the cool things I think is that you can actually, and it's a bit of a long walk, but you can actually walk in one session and see all of them.
Exactly right. Within 4 blocks, you've got 26 different pieces of art. Now, interestingly enough, on this Friday, June 2nd, they're all going to be in one spot.
Wow.
They're going to be at Elysian Field, which is on Halsted and Van Buren, because that's where the ribbon cutting is taking place. And in that one spot, you will see them all. But then the following week, we will be moving them onto the street to different locations. So if people can't make it on that day or within that week, they'll have to do the walk. But it's 4 blocks, 4 city blocks. It's not bad.
No, and it's beautiful weather. And again, you're crossing a lot of great Greek restaurants in that area. So stop in one of the restaurants in the middle of the tour, see them all.
Right.
So when do you think all of them will be placed on their locations?
I believe, okay, they'll be moved out of the Elysian Field on the week of the 5th. So I'm hoping that they'll all be in spot by June 12th, let's say.
Okay, so mid-June, everyone can go out there and check them all out.
Right.
Once the season is done or the year is done, whichever, what happens to the sculptures then?
Okay, well, then we start replacing them with new sculptures. We hope to return them to the artists, certainly for the schools, so that they have a piece of their student art to display. Some artists may want to donate their artwork for a benefit or something. Some may want to keep them, although they're kind of big. We haven't really worked out all the details on how we're going to handle them.
I got to ask you this question. I'll put you a little bit on the spot. I'm not going to ask you to name a specific restaurant, but I am going to ask you, what would be your ideal Greek meal?
Ooh, my favorite is starting with a little bit of saganaki, and then going to the Greek village salad, which is different than some of the other salads, because it's full of all those great cucumbers and tomatoes and onions and peppers and olives. And then my favorite dish is Arnie for no, which is lamb that's baked or braised in olive oil and garlic. Oh, wow.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. As you can tell, I'm not Greek. You can tell by my name, I'm not Greek. However, literally, probably 6 of my best friends are Greek, and I've been friends with them for about 30, 40 years or so. We've eaten many meals down in Greektown. I love it. It's a fantastic area. It's really an underrated area. It's so close to downtown Chicago, and yet it's like worlds away.
Right. You can feel you're in a different cultural space when you're in Greektown. And I'll tell you something, John, I'm not Greek either. I'm Polish, so
as am I. But but when we're in Greektown, everybody's Greek.
Everybody's Greek, exactly.
Well, before I let you go, I really appreciate your time. Would you like to tell everybody where they could find out more information about your organization and maybe the sculptures?
Sure. We have a wonderful website. It's GreektownChicago.org. And that will have also names of all the schools that are participating, inspirations and bios of the professional and emerging artists. And of course, there's just no substitute for finding your favorite butterfly.
Well, I'll be out there. I've been out there. Like I said, I was out there for the fish. I was out there for the sun. I know I've been out there for a couple of them. I'm losing track of what they were. Your website is fantastic, by the way, too, because like you said, it shows the bios and all that, and eventually there will be a map on there too. There usually is a map.
Yes,
that shows where all of them
we
are.
haven't finished the map. We kind of rushed this opening, but yes, there will be more information, and we're hoping to put out a sticker with QR codes that would link to that part of the website with all the artist information.
Perfect. I know I've gone on the site, and the site has helped guide me through all the sculptures. I just love seeing the sculptures. I'm really big into outdoor art.
Very kind, John. Thank
No,
you.
I mean, seriously, I love the outdoor art like that because, I mean, Greektown is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but anytime you can put something like that, it kind of breaks up the scenery a little bit, put some color, put some different stuff in there. It just brings everything, and the community usually rallies around stuff like that. It's just so beautiful. I love it. I will not be at the ribbon cutting. I can't. I've got other commitments, but I guarantee you I will be down there once they're on the street because I just love seeing them. And of course, Greek food. I'm there.
Yes. Amen.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Good luck with the ceremony. And I will be talking to you, if the next time new sculptures are out, I'll be talking to you again.
Beautiful, beautiful, John. Thank you.
Have a wonderful evening.
You too. Bye-bye.